Good morning and welcome to Outnumbered on this beautiful day. My name is Ramsey Enoch and I have in the studio right here Christopher Sunday. Good morning, Christopher.
Good morning, Mr. Ramsey.
And of course, the only lady that has been outnumbered this morning, Anthony Nwokolo. Good morning.
Good morning, Ramsey. Good morning, Christopher.
Good morning.
All right, so let's quickly take you to the headlines for the day, and I'm beginning with the Punch newspaper. The big story on the Punch newspaper says Senate to probe Buhari government. Emefiele over 30 trillion naira CBN loans. Two riders to that story, and I'm going to be taking the riders. The Senate links food, security crisis to reckless ways, and means loans under Buhari cabinet. Then the second rider says a panel to investigate CBN's 10 trillion naira anchor borrowers scheme. Then $24 billion forex fraud and others. That's from the Punch newspaper, and the details of that you can actually get on page 12 of the Punch newspaper. Then I have this headline which says a federal government blames opposition for food crisis, uncover 32 smuggling routes. Okay. The details of that you can get on page 2. Then finally, I have this one which says zookeeper killed while trying to rescue women from lion. Naso Chia is the one saying this. That's so unfortunate. You know, a lot of people are doing so many things to survive, but then this is how it has actually ended for this person. Well, we want to say her soul rest in peace. Now, let's move to the next paper.
All right, on the Nation newspaper, House of Reps pushes on with state police bill. Lawmakers in hot debate. Details of that story, you can find that on page 3 of the Nation newspaper. CBN's 22.7 trillion naira overdraft to government for probe. Senate okays the investigation. Who will audit it, says Oweleketv. Oweleketv is the Minister of Finance. Now, the big story on the Nation newspaper, Vice President Shettima says we will battle forces bent on subverting the country. To get details of this story, please get a copy of the Nation newspaper.
All right, from the blueprints, CBN teams up with National Security Advisor to hunt down foreign exchange speculators. Again, Niger State government invites labor leaders for dialogue to avert strike. I think that is a proactive measure by the governor of Niger State. He wants to dialogue with the state or the labor body so they can avert the looming strike that is coming. Again, women in Tinubu's campaign beg for inclusion in government. Yeah, I think I don't know if they have passed it. Women are supposed to have 30% of appointments in government. And then cement manufacturers using unstable forex to inflict hardship on Nigerians, says the federal government. Of course, we know that they are dialoguing to see how they can cushion the effect of the hardship by reducing the price of cement in the country. And then the big story on the blueprint is Senate to probe Buhari orders over 30 trillion ways and means. And that's the size of the review from the blueprint newspaper.
All right, the last paper that we will be bringing your way this morning is the Leadership newspaper. And I have some headlines above the header. The first headline says bandits kill 14, abduct 72 in Katsina and Zamfara states. Then this one says fixing gas supply issues will boost industrialization. Fixing gas supply issues will boost industrialization. That's coming from Ilumelu, of course, and the details of that you can get on page 28 of the Leadership newspaper. And finally, the big story from the Leadership says hardship. And it says presidency blames economic saboteurs for food crisis. Just a few riders to that story. The first rider says as customs move to crash prices with seized items. The second rider says to sell bag of rice for 20,000 naira. Then the last rider said intercepts 4 trucks intended for illegal export. And that's going to be the size of the newspaper review for this morning. We want to go on a quick break. After this break, we'll return back again and we will bring you the big story for today. Stay tuned.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from that break. Is still outnumbered live on your screen with Ramsey, Christopher, and Antonia. And of course, we said we're bringing you the big story on return from this break. And this is the big story from, of course, the Punch newspaper. We had this big story which talked about probing. Yeah? When you hear the word probing, something comes to your mind. What is it? Meaning somebody needs to be checked. Well, Senate to probe Buhari government. Emefiele over 30 trillion naira CBN loans. Well, this is Nigeria, of course. Most times we hear so many things. Probing the past administration. Then, before you probe a past administration, at least your own administration should be doing something that the people really want. All right? If it's not what the people wanted that this administration is doing, it's just like, okay, it's APC and APC. Then you want to tell me APC wants to probe APC administration. That is just like you being a judge in your own case. That's what I feel. Then come to talk about Emefiele. All right. Emefiele has been granted bail. We all remember what happened during Emefiele's time and all the cases, all the charges that came against him. But now, what is happening in the country right now is hardship. Some of these things, I look at it as distraction from the real thing. Let's handle the real situation before we talk about probing. The probing now, let me get to my colleagues in the studio right now. Talking about probing, Antonia, talking about probing now. As it is, I'm actually coming to you because you have been outnumbered. So let me give you that priority. Then, talking of probing the last administration, probing Buhari and Emefiele, do you see anything coming out of this? And is this what you as a Nigerian, is this what you want to hear at this very particular point in time?
As a Nigerian, this is not what I want to hear at this point in time, because we have a lot of situations on ground that the Senate and both the Executive Council, the legislature, judiciary, all arms of governments and ministries, departments and agencies need to focus on. Yes, the Senate President is saying that the food crisis we're having now, the security crisis, is stemming from the way and manner the Ways and Means was handled, that was not properly managed. That is the reason why. So this, what we are seeing now is the aftermath effect. Okay, we understand that. What are the steps put in place to cushion the effects? We should not be looking at probing them for now. Let's make sure everything is in order now. Let Nigeria get back to how it used to be, or if not better than how it used to be. Then we can look into probing those who were at the helm of affairs before now. And they'll be able to say, oh, this person is to be charged for so and so offense because you mismanaged the Ways and Means and all of that. This should not be our focus. All of these are like side distractions that will shift the focus of the government from what they ought to put their strength and energy and strategies to.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This sounds more like a distraction. Let me get to Christopher at this very particular point in time. APC, probing APC. APC government, probing APC government. What do you make of that?
I think they should face governance and stop making making it look like they are serious. They should stop pushing blames. APC should stop playing with the mindset of Nigerians, because first of all, recently, the first time Buhari came back to the seat of power after he left office was about a month ago, when he came for a book launch, a book written by his former advisor on media, Femi. Yeah. And so on that day, the sitting president told the whole world during his speech that this is the president that is referring to Buhari. Okay. This is the president that came to the office and met no money in the treasury. So what is he talking about? What are they going to probe now? Now again, we also have this dysfunctional attitude of management or administration in Nigeria. The Senate is saying one thing. What the Senate is saying is not in tandem with what the presidency is saying. And it's supposed to be a government where they are to be sincere with whatever it is they want to. So let me even ask you, do you see the possibility of this government inviting Buhari for a probe? All right,
that's it. That's just it. Do you see the possibility of this government inviting Buhari for a probe, or Emefiele, as a matter of fact? Well, this is going to be the size of today's review, but we want to leave you with this last word for today, that in whatever you do, know that Nigeria will be great again, and you and I can do something to make sure our country gets better than what it is right now. But the politicians need to know that Nigerians are very wise, and nobody should play with the intelligence of the other persons. Thank you very much for being part of today's Outnumber, the big story. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Christopher, for adding your voice to the conversation. Thank you, Antonia, for adding your voice to the conversation. My name is Ramsey. Bye-bye for now.